Borussia Dortmund are out of the Champions League and they got knocked out by Chelsea of all teams. What the hell? They're also second in the Bundasliga, once again playing second fiddle to Bayern Munich. But I think it's time we change that. I am becoming Borussia Dortmund's new manager, and by the end of this video, they're not only going to be the best team in Germany, but the best team in the world. The first thing we need to do is actually evaluate the team. This squad has serious ballers in it. Kobel in goal, Schürrle at the centre-back position, Jude Bellingham in that midfield, alongside the legend Marco Reus as well. But at the same time, there is definitely work that needs doing, especially this formation. I think if we switch to this formation, it would benefit our players massively. And just like that, we've got our box-to-box midfielders sitting behind our attacking midfielder. Our front three does look pretty decent already, which leaves the defence, which I think needs a little bit of work doing to it. And the board haven't been shy with the money, 70 million in total to work with. The first thing we need is a right back, and I think I found just the player, Denzel Dumfries. He goes under so many people's radar. He's 6'2", and with those stats, I think I'd be stupid not to go for him. And for only 35 million, we've got Denzel Dumfries. What a bargain. With Dumfries' addition to the squad, the team looks so much better at the back. Now it's time to focus our attention on the other issues. The suspension reserves has got a massive mixture of high potential youngsters and also a bit of dead wood. The one player I'm keeping though is Hummels, because he is a perfect player for the other players to actually learn from. But players like Modeste and Meunier can definitely get sold. But there's one player I do intend on loaning out, Moukoko, 17 years old, already 75 rated. This guy could be a baller in the future. And after selling some dead wood in the squad, we've now accumulated 45 million again. I know 45 million won't get us much, but it will definitely improve this squad. Now I think Emre Can lets the midfield down a little bit. I think Bellingham deserves a better partner in that centre midfielder role, which is why I'm going to buy a brand new midfielder. And I bet you're wondering, what midfielder have I gone for? But for me, there was only one option. I have brought back Dortmund legend İlkay Gündoğan. For me, he was the only option for that midfield role. And for 31 million, I really can't complain. I love how this team looks now. It's got the right mixture of talent and experience, and with that, I think we've got a shot of dethroning Bayern. And our first game of the season was against Bayern Munich in the Super Cup, a fantastic opportunity to see where we are at against the best team in Germany. We started the game well, but our defending really let us down. Oh no, what? Are you joking me? Come on, Kobel, save this. We're going to go top right, and Bayern Munich take a 1-0 lead, man. Bayern controlled the game, but once we got a chance, we definitely took it. And it's through. He sees that run from Adeyemi. Back post, Adeyemi. Can you make it count? Adeyemi, what a beautiful strike. With Bayern Munich's defence showing weakness, Sebastian Haller showed us exactly what he could do. Guerrero, can you spot that run? Sebastian Haller on the end of that. Sebastian Haller with an absolutely incredible strike has just put us 2-1 up against Bayern Munich. Sebastian Haller to finish the game, to win us our first trophy of the season. Sebastian Haller has just broken Bayern Munich's hearts. A 4-1 win in our first game to win our first trophy. Not a bad start if you ask me. If that game proved anything to me, it's that this team can certainly contend for the title this season. And as the season went on, there was one player at the centre of our success, Karim Adeyemi. After 13 games, he had scored 9 goals and got 1 assist. He was absolutely carrying this team. Haller, Adeyemi bags that top right bins. Adeyemi on his left foot once again. The man cannot miss. And halfway through the season, we are first place, but only 1 point ahead of Bayern Munich. Just take a look at Adeyemi's stats, man. This guy's having the season of a lifetime. If we keep the squad fit and healthy, there's no reason why we can't win the Bundesliga. But I spoke too soon as we got hit with a bombshell. Dumfries has torn his hamstring and he's out for 3 months, and Jude Bellingham has torn his quadriceps and he's out for 3 months as well. So Emre Can's coming in for Bellingham and Ryerson is coming in for Dumfries. We've got decent squad depth, don't get me wrong, but our squad depth isn't good enough to cover injuries like this. I just hope those injuries haven't thrown our title race in the bin. But without Bellingham and Dumfries in the squad, our title race was officially over at the end of this season. It's really gutting because we finished third with a weakened side. Imagine what we could have done with a strong starting 11. We also got to the semi-finals of the Champions League, man. This is unbelievable. But there was one competition we did really well in. We are in the DFB Pokal against Hertha Berlin, and we had a seriously good run. We got past Bayern Munich in the quarterfinals, as well as Bayer Leverkusen in the semi-finals. It's just a huge shame we couldn't do that in the league. But the good news is we've got Dumfries and Bellingham back in the squad, and they are ready to make their mark again. Without Dumfries and Bellingham this season, the team really struggled, but with them back in the squad, it felt way too easy. Adeyemi's on a run. He sees Haller in the middle, and Haller's never ever missing from there. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Adeyemi to finish that beautiful bit of playoff. What a goal. Over to Haller. First time. Oh, that is absolutely outrageous. And that's trophy 2 of season 1 secured. It's a shame about the injuries that we've had to suffer this season. However, there is always season 2. We know exactly what we need to do to be successful in season 2. So let's get straight to it. But before we go into the next season, over 85% of you guys haven't subscribed to the channel. I'm really pushing for 10,000 subscribers by the end of next month. So if you guys could help me out, that would be amazing. We are now into season 2 of Dortmund. Last season, we did really well bringing back club legend Gundogan, bringing in Dumfries to solidify that defense. We also won the DFB Pokal and the Super Cup, but due to injuries halfway through the season, our title race ended quicker than we thought it would. But last season's stats clearly show who our best player was last season. If we don't win any major trophies this season, we may end up losing Adeyemi, so we have to make sure we win at least one big trophy. And with us once again losing out in the title race, I think we should go for the Bundesliga. This team right now looks amazing, but in order to win the title, it needs one thing, and that is squad depth. Last season, we had no answer for Bellingham and Dumfries' injuries, and that is exactly what we have to fix this season. And the board have been very generous this time, 130 million they've given us to spend. Over the years, Bayern have stolen all of Dortmund's best players, but I want to turn the tables on Bayern for once. We need another fullback, and Mazraoui certainly fits the bill for what I want. Bayern Munich ain't going like this, but we've secured Mazraoui on a 5-year deal, and he only cost us 42 million. And even after buying Mazraoui, we still have 85 million left. We're nowhere near done. And for our centre midfielder, I went for someone who's already played in the Bundesliga but didn't have the best time. I'm giving him a second chance. Renato Sanchez is officially a Dortmund player, and he only cost 30 million. And after selling Emre Can, we had enough money to bring in our third and final transfer. 46 million, we have brought in a defender who knows how to win titles, Andreas Christensen. And after those additions to the side, I think the team looks incredible. There's only one thing that needs to be switched now. Julian Brandt last season sat on the bench whilst Marco Reus was in the starting 11, and Marco Reus is now coming to the end of his career, and I think it's about time we put Brandt into the team to give him a chance. I think though, with the transfers we've made and the squad depth that's been added, we have got a genuine shot at the title this season. It was now time for the first game of season 2. Brandt had his first start of the season, and he took full advantage of it. Spots that run from Sebastian Haller. Haller's waiting for that run from Brandt into Reina. Reina to finish that beautiful sequence off. Brandt getting an assist in his first game of the season. Julian Brandt with the ball over. Sebastian Haller receives it. Beautiful bring down. And yet again, Julian Brandt with the assist. It's okay beating the weaker teams in this league. We need to be beating the big boys of the Bundesliga if we want to win the title. And that starts with RB Leipzig. We went on to simply destroy them. Oh, that's beautiful. Haller over to Reina into an open net. That is amazing. Reina's picked the ball up. He's in behind once again. He's going to dink the keeper. That is so cheeky, and that is the game done. Next up was Bayer Leverkusen, and to be honest, it was just more of the same. Julian Brandt sees that run from Haller. Haller is in behind once again to make it 1-0. Haller just doesn't miss, does he? Top left corner of the goal. Done and dusted. 2 down, 3 to go. We were going on an absolute rampage, even picking a win up over Union Berlin. And with only 4 games left to play, we were second place, only 3 points behind first place RB Leipzig, but we did have 1 game in hand over them. And that 1 game in hand was the final team on our hit list, Bayern Munich. Dortmund had been screwed over by Bayern Munich for years, and this was finally our chance to get some revenge on them. Unlike the other games, Bayern Munich really made this a challenge for us, but in the end, we finally broke through. Oh, that's beautiful. Adeyemi's in behind. Adeyemi, Brandt. Oh my god, that could be it! This could be it! That could be the goal that wins us the league! If we win our last 3 games, that is surely the Bundesliga title in our hands. And that's exactly what we went on to do, which means for the first time in this video, we are the Bundesliga champions. And the best part, we beat Bayern Munich by 12 points in the end. That is satisfying as hell. And take a look at the stats, man. It's so obvious to see why we had a good season, especially Julian Brandt. His first proper season being trusted, and he delivers. We've now won the Super Cup, the DFB Pokal, and the Bundesliga, which means there's only 1 trophy left to win. Boys, we have had a shocking start to Season 3, and let me tell you why. I forgot to renew players' contracts, and look at how many players have left, especially Julian Brandt. And he's gone to Barcelona for free. How the hell did I let that happen? I've just realised we've lost club legend Marco Reus as well. I am an absolute idiot. Don't get me wrong, the starting 11 is still absolutely incredible, but the squad depth that we've got now is non-existent. We've only actually got 1 keeper left in this entire entire squad. What the hell have I been playing at? We do fortunately have 151 million to spend, but I did not want to spend that money on squad depth alone. I wanted to really improve the squad. The first thing I did though was bring in RB Leipzig's Peter Gulaschi. I wanted a good second choice keeper, and I wanted one who knew the Bundesliga inside and out. And he only cost 7 million, not bad at all. But with Julian Brandt now playing for Barcelona, we're in need of a new cam, and I think I know just the player to bring in. Mason Mount of late has been struggling in real life for Chelsea, and I think a move to Dortmund would be the perfect fresh start that he needs. He's also won the Champions League before, which is exactly what we need in the squad. In real life, he hasn't been playing all that well, but if we can help him find his form, he can definitely do bits at Dortmund. And he came pretty cheap, only 79 million. One thing we needed as well was a backup winger, just in case either Adeyemi or Reina got injured or suspended. So I'm going to steal one of Bayern's players again. I am going for Leroy Sané. And I'm happy with that. 35 million for Sané. I really can't complain at that. We now have only 90 million left, but with the players that we brought in, I am more than happy to call it a day with this transfer window. The starting 11 looks amazing. The squad depth on the bench is absolutely stacked. And like I've said, we've won everything else. There's only one trophy that we need to go for now, the Champions League. And the group we've been put in is very winnable. We should go into the round of 16, no problem. And when we played against Chelsea, Mason Mount had a point to prove. Haller looks for that ball to Mount, and Mount is in behind defensive lines against his former club, and he makes no mistake about missing that. Mason Mount on the ball. Gives that ball to Adeyemi, doing what he does best. He's through on goal, and through Mason Mount, Adeyemi has made it 2-0. And just like I thought we would, we absolutely demolished the group stage, finishing first undefeated. And so far in the Bundesliga, we're also undefeated as well. We are having an amazing season. But this is where it gets tricky, as in the round of 16, we face off against PSG. This is going to be interesting. We've not had a challenge yet in the Champions League, and if we go against PSG and get a win, it could set the tone for what we could possibly get it to draw. It's not the best result in the world, but definitely not the worst either. It all comes down to this, boys. Can we beat PSG and put ourselves into the quarterfinals? We beat PSG. What a freaking win that is. In the quarters, we faced off against Real Madrid, and after beating PSG, we were in very high spirits going into this game. Mason Mount is through. He sees that square ball to Adeyemi, and Adeyemi puts us 1-0 up against Real Madrid. Mason Mount with a beautiful ball. Haller sees Adeyemi's run. Adeyemi back post with the header, and that is the goal to put us in the semi-finals. And in the semi-finals, we play against Juventus. But after beating PSG and Madrid, we were feeling invincible. He spotted that ball. Finally, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Haaland makes no mistake about putting us 1-0 up against Juve. Guerrero spotted Haaland once again to put us through to the finals. He rifles that into the top left corner of the goal, and that is us into the Champions League final. And the last hurdle to get past before we can say we're the best team in the world is Barcelona. Julian Brandt really is coming back to haunt us, isn't he? But the good news is we've absolutely stormed the Bundesliga. We once again won the DFB Pokal, and we've won the Super Cup. That's 3 trophies we've won this season. If we win 4, that would be amazing. This season, it's been Adeyemi's and Haller's world. We've just been living it. Check out their stats. I'll say this, though. Mason Mount had a very poor season. What can I say? Not every transfer I do actually works. There's only one game left before we can call this team the best team in the world, but can we actually pull it off? We started the game strong and had some great chances. Sebastian Haller is through. Koundé is in chase. We've got to take the shot right. Oh, Ter Stegen with an amazing save. Karim Adeyemi on his left foot. Can he... Oh my God, Ter Stegen, man. This is actually ridiculous at this point. The pace to take everybody out. Ter Stegen again, man. Barcelona are being kept in the game by him. Ter Stegen was having the performance of a lifetime, but he couldn't stop everything. That's a beautiful ball into Mount. Mount, he sees Haller open. Ter Stegen isn't picking that out of his net. It's taken us so long, but we have finally found a way past Ter Stegen. But even if you switch off for a second against Barcelona, they are definitely going to punish you. Oh no, Barcelona are coming back with a vengeance, and just like that, I can't believe we've just conceded like that, man. We've got to be doing better than that. But in the dying seconds of the game, this happened. That's a beautiful ball. Haller, can he get to it? Haller has just scored the winning goal in the dying seconds of this game. I cannot believe my eyes. Haller's had an amazing season and has just capped it off by getting the winning goal in the Champions League final. And there's the full-time whistle. Haller's goal was the last kick of the game, and Borussia Dortmund are the best team in the world. It's taken us 3 seasons, but we dominated the Bundesliga. We won the DFB Pokal and the Super Cup on more than one occasion, and now we've topped it off by winning the Champions League. Not bad for a day's work if I do say so myself. If you guys enjoyed this video, click somewhere right here to watch another one of my videos right now.